We have Ethereum, symbol ETH versus the dollar, and we're going to be doing a general overview on this one, as we should focus on the daily first and foremost. Ethereum did close above the daily 21 yesterday, which is typically a good sign. Now playing out a little bit of a short-term pullback as it does sell off of the prior range highs, which is to be expected right around about your 34, 35 region, which does mean that it will or very likely act as a pivot going onwards and forwards from here for the 4 hour in this case, maybe in the hourly as well. Yeah, I'd also look at that as an hour, on an hourly as well. Short-term timeframes, though, like I did say, are probably going to pull back from this region, of which they are right now. And let's see, are they likely to come down a little bit further? Yeah, I do think so. Probably down around about 33.40 to 33.50 or so. Not a whole hell of a lot of difference from where we're at right now. But, now that I do realize that potential hidden bearish evidence could be confirmed on this one, and that would have a technical target down to, 33.40. And if you do start to fail 33.40, that's at the point where I'd start to look for this one to actually maybe even be a bit of a trap situation right here. It's not necessarily a trap because we didn't close on new highs. It actually still is following the current trend, but to be fair, let's go and check out the other time frames to see where we're at. 12 hour, what are we looking like right here? Again, same sort of territory, also lined up with 34, 35 or so. We do see this whole move over the last couple weeks here. Sorry, the last week here is coming on declining volatility on the 12 hour. Daily, same thing as well. And we have lost our downside curvature on the daily jewel for right now. This is not a long signal, but you typically will see bounces around this region, as that is the auto fib support right there. Now, with that in mind, do we still have that hidden bullish evidence over here? I wouldn't necessarily say that's still available. Let's go over here to the 2-day and see if there's anything obvious right now. Yeah, this one does look like a local low. I do still think that this one does have an upside resolution. The 2-day actually will confirm hidden bullish evidence, as we are making significantly lower lows right here. If and only if, actually closing tonight, if it does close above about 3,400 would do it for me. 34, 35 if you want to go by the book in this case, and beget targets, continuation targets, that is somewhere around about 37, maybe as much as 38 before the next sort of area of interest on this one. Anyways, momentum oscillators over here. Let's see what we got going on. Let's see, 4 hour is going to be up as long as above 33.13. Hourly, where we're at? Down as long as below 34.14. So again, short term is a bit of correction right there. 12 hours is going to be showing up as long as above 33, and daily is going to be actually freshly crossing up on today's daily total closure with any sort of a closure above 32.81. So that actually looked pretty damn good. For right now, I'd just be looking for short term, a little bit of sideways, maybe a little bit of downside as well. Again, an invalidation point below about 33.40 or so on a 4 hour closure. If that level does get taken out, I actually would be looking for this one to come actually significantly further down. It's going to start to look a lot more trappy if that were to happen, but where's your obvious continuation point? Obviously on a new closing high above the high side of this short-term range, which is actually correlated with the medium and higher term time frame range as well at 34. You could even on the higher term time frames, 34, 35 if you want to go by the book on the short-term time frames. And again, I would be looking for a quick test to about 35.50 to 3600 after that, and then very likely extension all the way up to about 37. Let's see if that matches up with any sort of fibs right here as well. Let's do one of these. Okay. Yeah, we're just above the 236. So next sort of area of interest would be somewhere between about the 382 and this slew of highs right here. And then where do we see the 618? Right around about 3650 or so. So still further away, but that would be my target, somewhere between there and maybe as much as 3800 if this one does confirm on the daily. So it's very, very close here. Probably going to be easy to watch Bitcoin yet again, as it typically is. But for right now, Ethereum's got a nice setup right there. I do want to check where we're at on the daily right here. No, maybe the 3 days what I was looking at. Also no, 5-day, not closing today or tomorrow. It looks okay on a 5-day, not any major issues for this one. So you know what, I always like to go over here for the long-term timeframes on Ethereum and remind myself of this fact. Here's your quarterly trading above the top side trolling bounce, closing at the end of this month, pretty damn good. Monthly, same thing. We'll have a chance to do that with any sort of a closure above 35.50. That would not just imply a retest of prior highs, but very likely new all-time highs into October. And bi-monthly, not closing this month, but did close pretty damn good to start off September. So I do still look at this as more or less a correction first, and then we'll come back to a little bit later. But again, be aware of the invalidation point, because this one is this is not what you'd expect right here to get a quick, this one to come this far down on this rejection thus far. So I could very easily switch around on this one, but that is why we have invalidation points below about 33.40 or so. So hopefully that was helpful, and there you go for Ethereum. Nice.